Are y'all up to date on the LA music scene, like as far as new rappers and what's going on?
I'm old, no.
A little bit.
How about you, Messiah? You up to date? Because they got to killing me last episode. They done woke my game up. Shout out to all the viewers out there. Y'all woke my game up. I went and did some research literally on the way to the studio. Every up and coming artist or every artist that's making noise, I went and ran through their music. Me and the Messiah over here. How you feel about it, Messiah?
Man, I'll be stuck on what I'll be stuck on. So I think people need to take a page out of, go listen to Lil Wayne, the Rapper Eater. And he gives a whole description on what you should do as a fucking artist when it comes to making music. I feel like niggas be rapping with no aim or no direction. So what I mean is you should have a subject. You should have everything that you need to rap about. What you rapping about? Fake bitches, real life. You rapping about money. You rapping about whatever you doing. There should be some aim and direction of what you talking about. And I think a lot of people are not doing that. Niggas just saying, throwing lines together and jumping back and forth with the punching in shit. So most of it, yeah, I don't know, cause I can't get jiggy with a lot of shit no more.
Yeah, because after the Kendrick pop-out concert, me personally, I didn't see no rush to put music out. And I mean, I didn't see it. Now, that's not to say nobody dropped, because Problem dropped a project, RJ dropped a project, Joe Moses dropped a project, Meet the Whoops. Y'all woke me up on Meet the Whoops. I was unfamiliar. And all through the mentions, everybody's going crazy. Meet the Whoops, Meet the Whoops. So I ran down some of their music. La Russell, I ran down some of his music.
I like him.
Oh, you like him? Okay, we gonna get to
You
that.
listen to his shit, or you listen to just like the clips that you see going
by? Well,
by?
the songs are so short, so it's not hard to. All the songs are so short, so it's not hard to listen to it.
It's easily digestible.
He got a little.
He from the Bay.
He got a little substance in his music.
So I ran down his. I ran down Big Hit. I was already familiar with Big Hit. I guess that's Hit Boy, the producer. That's his dad. He got out the pen. He been going crazy.
He like he can rap.
Yeah, he can rap. He can rap. He had a little back and forth with Milk. Milk tried to act like he was, say he was snitching and act like he had some paperwork. And from what I read, it was false. So I don't know if that put a hiccup in his career or not, but that been going on. I just ran down the whole West Coast, and I wanted to get y'all's opinions on the West Coast music scene.
But it's a thing too, like you're saying, you gotta box it out, because I don't consider RJ as one of these new artists. Like, so when I think of new artists, I don't really count him. He's already been cemented in my mind for a while now. Even Joe Moses and most artists like that. Like, I know what to expect from them. They got good music to me. It's a lot of these niggas, like you said, who'd you just name? The Big Whoops or something like that?
Meet the Whoops.
Yeah, I haven't heard too much. I haven't heard too much of that shit. I ain't knocking nobody. It's a different time. It's a different era. But I would have to really sit down and dissect people's shit. But I'm more like, I like to listen to bars. I want to hear substance. I want to hear everything that you're talking about. As far as like, I think rap was more of a. It's like you have to have a gift for gab. It's more like your wordplay. That's what people liked about a lot of MCs coming up. It's like saying shit that people ain't saying. Get me to think about something.
You gotta understand the time we living in right now. Everybody, the majority of people is watered down. They have no substance to themselves, so the music fits the people.
The person, yeah.
My son listens to it, no offense, son, but that's how I get up to date on the stuff. I'm like, what is it? And it's catchy, but it's no substance to it. But it's what's going on.
Yeah, see, with the West Coast, people got to understand our lifestyle is directly tied to the music, and that's directly tied to Hollywood. So we got more of a turn up, aggressive type of lifestyle as far as gangbanging goes. So the music reflects that. So you used to ride low riders, big 12s in the trunk, like a lot of bass, and that's what's reflected in the music. So a lot of our music gets boxed in regionally, because naturally you're going to rap about the way you grew up, and the way we grew up is kind of exclusive to us, even though we took it worldwide and other people got exposed to it due to Hollywood and music. But it's hard for somebody, let's say, living in Miami, Florida, to listen to you rap about what's going on in the Nickerson Gardens. They don't probably even know what the fuck that is.
Right.
Or rap about what's going on in east side, on the east side of Long Beach. They like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I'm from whatever, Miami Gardens or wherever they from out there. So we get boxed in a lot with that, and like I said, a lot of our music is like dance music, it's turn up music, it's function music, because we do a lot of functions out here. We got lowrider clubs, we got motorcycle clubs. West Coast, we just known for functions, from house parties to kickbacks. I mean, our whole vibe is like a function vibe. So a lot of the music we put out, like RJ and Joe Moses, a lot of that gonna be turn up music. It's not gonna be too much substance, and that's where my review of music, I get a lot of kickback from the fans, pushback from the fans, because I grew up on different type of music, bro. I was in elementary school listening to niggas like Nas, listening to niggas like Pop, listening to niggas like Jay. I'm on the West Coast listening to Big L, Stack Bundles. Like me and Messiah, we came up on a different frequency with music. So when we listening to these new artists, it's cool to the youth and the people who grew up on this lifestyle, but like he just said, we listening for metaphors, we listening for storytelling, we listening for putting your emotions on the beat like Pop, like you just feel it, like Dear Mama, like, ooh, this shit hit. Like, we listening for different type of things, similes, and Nas rapping songs backwards and forward again, and just different type of creativity, and a lot of the West Coast music lacks that. It's just more so gang bang, shoot 'em up, bang bang, slide on the op, fuck a bitch, turn up. So how you feel about it, Michelle?
I feel the same way, honestly. I think that most of this music now is trash. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I don't know nobody you named.
See, that's deep, because they got on my ass.
I don't know. I don't think I ever heard of any. I mean, maybe you can play something, or.
Well, we'll get hit with the copyright strike if we play it, because YouTube be tripping. They don't be letting you play original music.
Trust me, you hear it when we go out. Because when we go out, I be like, who is this? It's catchy. It is definitely catchy.
Not most of it.
I don't know what it is, but I'm going to be honest, even in going out of town, they do listen to more like lyrical rap. I don't want to hear that in the club. We was in the corner about to freestyle one night. I was like, oh, I want to dance. You feel me?
We understand that, but if you gotta think like he said, when we was younger, if we had our last $15 or $20 to go buy a CD,
right.
I'm not finna buy a CD just for one club banger. I'm finna go buy a CD that I can listen to over and over.
The whole CD.
Until, exactly, for the whole body of work. Yeah. Now it's a different time, so like you say, it's different. But to go back to what you were saying, I think it's an excuse. I just think niggas need to get, it's not even more so it's because it's West Coast. I think it's more so niggas' mindsets. Like, niggas need to start reading a dictionary or something, start learning more words, start reading more books. If you think about people like Lil Wayne or whatever the case is that use all these metaphors, use all this shit, the nigga's smart as hell. You might not see him doing all that, but this nigga knows shit that a lot of people don't know. And that's how he able to keep coming up with all these metaphors and these bars. A lot of them rappers back then was smart in their own sense. You probably don't push that out there, but that's why these niggas saying the same bubblegum popcorn shit versus shit that can last centuries or decades.
Yeah, like I'm listening to Meet the Whoops. Like they had one of the biggest recommendations from the fans. So first of all, shout out to them, because whatever they're doing is working. But when I listen to the music, some of the shit, I'm like, oh, this is dope. I can see people playing this. And then some of the shit is strictly for the West Coast. Like, this ain't leaving the West, because it's too much whooping, it's too much bracking, it's too much, I'm from the Nellas, I'm from here, I'm from... The people worldwide, they don't know that. See, to us, gangbanging is everything, because we grew up around it. Your family do it, your friends do it. There's nowhere you could go that people aren't doing it. But we don't realize that this is a small bubble in a big world. Outside of here, people don't give a fuck about your set. They don't give a fuck about gangbanging, and they don't want to hear about it all day. So if that's all you're pushing into music, you're not gonna get far. And when we are rating music up here, I understand some stuff is just for that region. Just like Atlanta, they got shit that's just for Atlanta. We ain't playing that shit. Miami got shit just for Miami. We ain't playing that shit. Every coast, East Coast, they got shit for East Coast. We ain't playing that shit. But there are artists who transcend, like Fab, like Jay, like, you know what I'm saying? Like different artists that are transcend worldwide. It don't matter where you're from. What they're talking about is relatable to humans. So when I'm rating artists, that's what I'm thinking of. Okay, can your music transcend outside of your region to where you grew up on the east side of Long Beach, but somebody who grew up in Mississippi will still play your shit?
Right.
Like Big Crit, he from Mississippi. I'm from Eastside Long Beach. I was banging this shit back in, what was that, 2015? Well, what cover he was on? He came in the game with Big Sean and them. He was on that cover, that double XL cover.
I forget. It might have been before that.
Yeah, but I was banging his shit back then, and he's from Mississippi, rural down south. I'm a city boy, but I was relating to what he was talking about. That's the type of shit I'm talking about.
Yeah,
but
that makes sense. What you just said made a lot of sense. Like, even though it's popular here, you gonna go somewhere else. We get it, what you're saying, because we around it. But to go somewhere else, it's gonna be like, man, cut this off.
I mean, the reality of the new music is really just crazy, though. Even though, like, I get what we're saying about we can relate to the West Coast or the East Coast can relate to them, but most of the music is about doing drugs, overdosing, fucking bitches, teaching these kids how to be retarded. So,
talk about it.
I'm not understanding, like, all this shit is trash, really. I mean, we listen to it because we out partying, probably drinking, just trying to have fun, whatever. But the reality is the music is really not good. Like, Jay-Z and them had more to say, better shit to say, teaching us how to do certain things, telling us what to do better. These niggas is telling all these kids to get up and go pop a molly and go spaz out and do some weird shit and end up in jail. Like, we need to, I feel like our culture need to direct our music in a different area. I mean, damn, like, you can rap, but rap and teach these niggas how to get up and go work. Like, they making every young boy they don't want to work. They don't believe in working. They not believing in going to school. All these young kids ain't even finishing high school. Like, what are we doing with this music? I'm not understanding. Like, I fuck with NBA Youngboy. That's probably the only new artist that I know, and I guess I can just relate, right? Like, he young, he be saying some bullshit, he do, but if you listen to most of the music, he do got some real shit in there.
Yeah, see, he put pain on the beat. His lifestyle and the pain that he went through, he vocalizes that. So it's like, oh, I went through that too. I could feel that. And like you said, a lot of this music is trash. Like, I hate to say it. And I think it's an age gap thing too. Because when I was younger, a lot of the shit that attracted me musically, maybe now I don't want to hear it. As I'm older and experience more in life, I got more responsibilities. I look at life through a different lens. So now the younger crowd that's rapping shit I probably would have been bobbing my head to as well at my age now, like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Like, y'all niggas talking about some dumbass shit. This is trash.
It's I don't know, man, because rap is the only thing where we use the age shit as excuses. Like, any other genre, it don't matter what fucking age you was in. I was in elementary listening to Jadakiss. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's, to me, it just goes back. And like you said, if you rapping about certain shit, it's cool. Yeah, rap about the streets, but it's a difference from you rapping what you live and what you've been through versus, okay, you glorifying this, like you said, you sending out the wrong message. But niggas don't talk about the flip side of a lot of shit that go on. Niggas don't talk about when they in shootouts or when these niggas talk that they in shootouts, they never lose them. They'll never get shot. You know what I mean? Niggas don't never go to jail. If they do go to jail, they beat in every case. They went to jail, beat the shit out of every nigga. Like, nigga don't take no L's, nigga. They don't talk about the flip side when you in court and ain't nobody there for your ass. You know what I mean? Where your mama or your kids and shit come crying and seeing you in the county jail and all this different type of shit. So I think that's the whole point. Like, niggas just glorify, but they don't talk about the fucked up shit. A lot of these niggas ain't ready to take 50 years or whatever the case is. They gonna tell and get
right. Rapping about the time they told on the low. Left that part out of the story. I think that's why King Von blew up so tough, because he did tell those sides. He told about them hungry nights. He told about them nights in the cell. Hey, he telling niggas, look, you don't want to be me. You don't want to be me, nigga. Growing up, it was hard in the streets. Like, he telling you the real. Like, this gonna happen. Your friends gonna die. Niggas gonna tell on you. You go to jail, they gonna try to fuck your bitch. Like, you gonna be in there with no commissary, hungry as hell, begging for soup. Like, niggas squabbling niggas over cookies and all type of shit. The jailhouse lawyer telling you, oh yeah, bro, I just had a similar case. You going home. You come back, you got 37 listening to this dumbass nigga. So, that's the type of shit they leaving out, gang.
They some real killers though. King Von and them, they some real life.
Yeah.
They live.
But I mean, it's okay to listen to them
about.
because but most of these kids ain't lived that shit. This is a fairy tale.
It's creating a false narrative. It's creating a false narrative. a false narrative for the kids. It's so funny because I forgot where I was at. And don't get me wrong, like I listened to the catchy stuff. Sexy Red was on, and I just kind of looked around. All the kids was dancing. Have you ever seen Madea Family Reunion when the grandma was walking through the family reunion? Like, this is fucked up. That's how I felt listening. And I was like, damn, this is crazy because these kids are 2 and 3 years old. They don't even know how to talk, but they know how to sing these songs. And the cold part about it is, we pump them up. You know, when the babies is dancing, oh, get it, mama, whatever, you know what I mean? But
I blame the single mothers
is,
for that. Nah, for real.
No.
Nah, this is what I'm saying.
Hey,
this ain't to all of them, but the ones that is doing it. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. I swear to God, I'm saying I just seen, because when you speaking on that, maybe yesterday or the day before, they had like I don't know what they was. They was like on a bus or something. They had Sexy Red playing, one of them shake their ass songs. And they had like 6 little girls, you know what I mean, twerking to the music and shit. And like you said, they in the background pumping them up, go do this and that. Like, and by the time them kids is 11, 12 years old, they're going to be fucking for sure. Yeah. And it's a lot of things going on. I feel like if a man was there, nigga would have stopped that instantly. A nigga ain't finna be letting his daughter do that shit. But
it depends on the nigga.
Man, ain't no nigga finna be... Ain't no nigga finna, not that I know, finna be watching the little girls dancing to Sexy Red. You're not even finna be playing this shit. Turn that shit off. You better go listen to some little kid music or something.
Gracie's Corner or something.
It was one dude who he caught his daughter doing that and he popped her, like turn that shit off, and all the women in the comments killed him in the comments. Like, oh, you doing too much.
He did what was right.
Right, exactly. So yeah, a man definitely has to be there. But the culture definitely needs a reboot. Like bro said, it's all right to talk about the struggle or whatever the case. We all have struggles, but do it creatively. Like, tell a story with the shit.
Yeah.
That's another thing that made King Von kind of captivating, is he told the story like play for play. So that made it more believable as well. And another thing with hip hop, we're the only culture who lets the youth run it. Anywhere else in the world, the elders are the standard. Me and Messiah just had this talk. Anywhere else, like you go to your job, the elders in that job run it. They got the seniority. You go to sports, the legends on the team, they run it. They got the seniority. Only in hip hop, we looking at the young dumb nigga that don't know nothing about life as he's the blueprint. He runs it. So now we got a generation of OGs trying to keep up with the young niggas. So instead of teaching and leading, they following these dumbass niggas. They starting to do what the young niggas is doing. So our culture is all flip-flop. We need to get the respect back to the elders. And the elders, y'all gotta start earning y'all respect too. Y'all gotta start coming out here and leading the way for these young niggas. Stop, get about your mansions and come touch the people a little bit. How y'all feel about that?
That's
I
real.
agree with that.
That's real.
How you feel about that, Messiah? Because we just talked about it.
Yeah, nah, you already basically said everything. Like you said, at the end of the day, a lot of these older artists, they come out and we hold the standard to these kids when it's the kids need to be reaching and learning longevity to get to where they at. So you might knock some of these old heads for dropping albums or doing certain shit like they out of touch, but you're going to get to that point one day. The same way we seen that interview where Game was like, are you 40 still rapping, like whatever the case is, and then time went by, he doing the same shit now. So it's like, it'll humble you quick. Some of these niggas get their 15 minutes and be up out of here, but it's just like, they gotta connect too, you know what I mean? Some of these old heads gotta connect with the young ones. They gotta be around that shit. If they around all young niggas, they still gonna be with no direction. You just got a little fame, maybe a little bag, and you don't have the growth yet. So I think that's probably the biggest problem. And these labels gonna push that shit anyway. They're gonna push these old niggas out.
The younger people are marketable. So like he said, now the older people are trying to mirror the younger people. So it ain't no real like direction. No real direction. One of the rap groups that you left out that I just discovered not too long ago is the Blue Bucks Clan.
Blue Bucks Clan?
They've been out for a little minute now.
Okay, well,
yeah, they make a noise.
But when I listen to them, it's catchy, but it just feel like everything sounds the same to me.
Yeah.
But I like it, but it just sounds the same to me. Everything sounds the same.
It's a, and that's another thing in music too. A lot of people do that too. They choose to. If you notice, some people that do music, they choose the same type of beats. They feel like they can't go out their box of rapping, like you said, a certain style, or even trying. Before you had a lot of people. You can rap fast, you can rap slow. You know what I mean? You try, you do different things, and I think that's what separates Kendrick because he's never boxed. he goes in different categories that people not willing to go. And one thing artists got to start doing again, y'all got to start mixing the R&B with the rap.
Absolutely.
If y'all sit here and think about all the music that like the big hits from just maybe the 90s and up, there's always either somebody singing on the hook and rapping or somebody singing and a nigga rapping. You know what I mean? So start getting them females back on them hooks or whoever's singing on them hooks. I think them would be bigger hits. When I go back to think about a lot of good songs, it was always mixed in with both.
Have you guys noticed that there's not been any new R&B groups?
That's true.
No R&B groups.
Like no groups.
No groups.
Even R&B changed.
R&B ain't the same.
R&B changed. R&B niggas started to want to be rap niggas.
That's true.
Niggas, like you could have been the toughest nigga in the world, but on that mic, you was a soft, smooth player type of nigga. These niggas want to be gangsters now. Like chill, my nigga. You're an R&B singer. Sing R&B. Like you don't gotta be gangster and R&B. Get back to singing in the rain and singing in the desert with the hot leathers. I'm saying R&B changed when they started
pants
singing
on
in
to
the
come
rain.
get a bitch. Heck yeah. Nah, it's just it's crazy. And I listen to all old music. When I was pulled up here, I was playing Fuck Faces by Scarface. That's the kind of music I listen to.
Yeah, that's classic. Yeah.
That's the kind of music.
See, even when it comes to women though, because I listen to a lot of old shit too, like Sade, Anita Baker, and them type of women. You know what I mean? Them voices don't even exist no more. Like in this day and age, to me. So I think a lot of that, like you said, the oldies and all that stuff, that was great classic music that we not getting again.
Yeah, start making music that transcends and will stand the test of time, because a lot of the music is just made for a moment. They're not making it with the thought of, okay, in 10 years this song can still get played. After this trend died off, the music dies with it. So a lot of people are making trendy music for that season. Like, oh, that was hot that season. And then the winter came, the shit not hot no more. You can't play it. Summer come, your shit wasn't hot no more. No, make music I can play at any time, in any era. Pop, you can still play now, right now.
It's timeless.
You can still play Biggie right now.
Yeah, that nigga one in a million. But you know what's crazy when I think about it too, though? But a lot of R&B singers back then, that's all they sang about was being in love with women. So I think that's probably a different thing.
Woo! Talk about it. Talk about that red pill shit.
But a lot of niggas was simps too, though. So it's like, I'm not saying it in a bad way, but some of them niggas was going, when you listen to their music, they going out the way for their shit.
Listen, Jaheim said put that woman first, and we all see what happened when he did that shit. Smoked out, choked out.
Somebody posted that. I just seen that. They said they posted Too Short and Jaheim. They was like, Jaheim talking about put that woman first, and Too Short talking about fuck a bitch or whatever, and look at the comparison of how they look.
Now that is a fact though, because it's hard to rap about or sing about, being in love with women, because everywhere you go, women are saying fuck niggas. We don't need niggas.